Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Judge.
Morning.
Morning, Judge.
All right. Chambers County Probate Court come to order. If you hadn't heard, just to the peace, Y'all DeVillier passed away yesterday. So
Oh,
yeah, if you'll all keep his family in your prayers. He's been battling some issues the last few months.
Who was that?
Y'all DeVillier.
Oh, yeah.
Yale.
He was
Nancy,
Yes.
would you just kind of wheel around here to where the judge can see you?
He's been JP since in Winnie since 2000.
That's good.
Wonderful guy.
Yeah, a great guy. All right, let's get started. The state of Janie K. Kilo, cause number 97. Mr. Lake, good morning.
Good morning, Judge. May we proceed?
Yeah, if all of those of you that are going to testify, if you'll raise your right hand, we'll swear you in at once. Melinda, there you are. You're muted, Melinda.
Let me get unmuted. Am I unmuted?
You are. Go ahead.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're giving today is true and correct, so help you God?
I do.
I do.
Okay, you can put your hands down. Mr. Leake, you may proceed, sir.
Yes. Your name is Nancy Susan Settles,
Yes.
and the deceased, Janie K. Kilo, was your cousin, and
Yes.
am I pronouncing that correctly?
It's Kylo.
Kylo, okay. Your cousin, Janie K. Kylo, passed away on July 11, 2020.
Yes, sir.
She was 68 years old.
Yes.
So 4 years have not elapsed since her passing, right? Okay. And your cousin, Janie K. Kylo, was domiciled and had a fixed place of residence here in Chambers County.
Yes.
And was that in Chambers County?
Yes.
Okay. She owned this property at the time of her passing, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So it's your testimony today that this court has jurisdiction and venue over the estate of your cousin, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And citations been served upon everyone required in this manner and for the length of time required by the Texas Probate Code. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Janie K. Kylo, your cousin, she signed her last will and testament on July 31st, 2015. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And in her last will and testament, she appointed you, Nancy Susan Settles, to serve as independent executrix, to serve independently and without bond. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Without bond or security. And you are not disqualified from applying by law in any way, shape, or form for issuance and accepting letters testamentary, are you? You're not disqualified?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. To the best of your knowledge, Janie Ray Kylo's will was never revoked. Is that correct?
Correct.
And there's no state or government agency or charitable organization named in that will?
Correct.
Okay. And after the date of the will, no child was born or adopted to your cousin Janie K. Kylo?
Correct.
Okay. And no marriage of Janie K. Kylo was ever dissolved after the will was made. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. And so, Your Honor, we're asking that a will be probated at this time.
Hereby admit the will to probate and authorize letters of testamentary.
Yes.
Right. All right, call the state of Alan McMahon, cause number 9. Mr. Bill, good morning.
Good morning, Judge. All right. You ready, sir?
Yes, you may proceed, sir.
Okay. All right. Could you state your name for the record, please?
Donya Lee McMahon.
Come closer.
Donya Lee McMahon.
Okay. And you were married to?
Alan Paul McMahon.
Okay. And so you're the applicant here. You're asking that Mr. McMahon's will be admitted to probate, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when were y'all married?
July 25th, 2009.
Okay. And when did Mr. McMahon pass away?
December 9th, 2020.
Okay. And y'all were still married at the time, correct?
Yes, sir.
Go back up. And still living together, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have children?
3.
Okay, and they're all his children and your children together?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And where were y'all living at the time?
125 Santa Fe in Winnie.
And that's your domicile right now also, correct?
Currently,
Yes. Okay. And how old was your husband when he passed away?
40,
40. And what was the date of his death?
December 9th, 2020.
Scroll down. So you're a resident of Chambers County, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did he pass away in Chambers County?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
He passed away at the house.
Okay. Okay. So he passed away here and was a resident, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now he owned real and personal property that needs to be handled in his probate, correct?
Yes, sir.
And he signed a will on December 3rd, 2020. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And to the best of your knowledge, it was never revoked.
No, sir.
And it was self-proved by the 2 witnesses that are in the will, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, in the will, it names you to be the independent executor to serve without a bond, correct?
Yes, sir.
And your husband or you didn't have any children born or adopted after the execution of this will, correct?
No, sir.
And y'all were never divorced, right?
No, sir.
There is no will, no governmental agency or charity named in the will, correct?
No, sir.
Okay. And you're not disqualified from getting letters testamentary. You're not a felon or anything like that, right?
No, sir.
Okay. And so you're asking the court to admit the will to probate and that you receive letters testamentary so that you can take care of all the issues that have to deal with your husband's estate, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Judge, that's all I have.
All right, everybody admit the will of probate and authorize letters.
Thank you, Judge.
Bill.
All right. Really sad to hear about Yale. I knew Yale way before he was a JP. We had horses and rode and all that kind of stuff together. It's very sad.
I know.
Very
Just a great guy.
All right. Good to have y'all. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too. All right, cause number 26, the state of Rudolph Dyson Edwards.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm present on that.
You may proceed, sir.
Your Honor, my name is Roy Fuller. I have personal knowledge of the decedent, Rudolph Dyson Edwards, and his family. The decedent died on November the 28th, 2020 in Chambers County, Texas. He was 93 years of age. 4 years have not elapsed since the date of his death. At the time of his death, he was a resident domiciled in Chambers County. The document, which is dated December the 5th, 2018, the original document has been filed with the court. It was executed in my office. I'd asked the court to take judicial notice of that document, which has been filed with the court.
Hold on.
And to my knowledge, that will was never revoked. There were no children born or adopted by the decedent after the execution of the will. The decedent did not have a marriage that was dissolved after the execution of the will. The will names the daughter, Peggy Ann Derrick, to serve as independent executor. And to my knowledge, there's no reason why she would be disqualified. The will does not name the state, governmental agency of the state, or a charitable organization as a devotee. There is a need for an administration. It is a non-taxable estate. We'd ask the court to waive the appraisers and admit the will to probate.
Hereby admit the will to probate and authorize letters.
Thank you, Judge.
Cause number 28, the state of Carol Ann Speed. Good morning, Ms. Thorne.
Good morning.
You may proceed, ma'am.
Gina, can you please state your full name for the court?
Gina Golden Campbell.
Okay, and are you also known as Gina Beth Campbell?
Yes,
Perfect. And what's your relation to Carol Ann Speed?
she was my aunt.
Is it true that Carol Ann Speed passed away on December 23rd, 2020?
Yes,
Okay, and at the age of 76?
yes,
And she passed in Missouri City in Harris County, is that right?
correct.
But at the time of her death, she owned property in Chambers County, is that right?
Yes,
And that her principal estate is located in Chambers County. Is that right?
Yes.
We have filed a document dated November 4th, 1995. To the best of your knowledge, is this your aunt's last will and testament?
Yes.
Was it ever revoked as far as you know?
No.
Was she married at the time of her death?
No.
Did she have any children?
No.
Is it true that the will does not name a state governmental agency or charitable organization?
Correct.
Is it true that you are qualified to serve as independent executor as stated in the will?
Yes.
Have you committed any felonies?
No.
Thank you, Your Honor. We would like that for the will to be admitted to probate and for Gina Campbell to be appointed as independent executor, as it states in the will. The will says that she can serve without bond.
So done. Thank you, Counselor. Ms. Campbell.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Also, my husband, Will Thorne, said to tell you hi for him.
Oh, tell Will I said hello. I hadn't seen him in a long time.
I know, that's what he said. He misses you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right. Thank
Bye.
you. Tell him I said hello.
Will do.
All right. Calls number 30, the state of Paula Ellis. Trimble, good morning. You're muted.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, you may proceed, Counselor.
Thank you. And please state your name.
Michael Clyde Ellis.
And Mr. Ellis, Paula Orman Ellis, also known as Paula Edwina Ellis, died on December 7th, 2020 at Mount Bellevue in Chambers County, Texas, at the age of 84 years, and 4 years have not elapsed since the date of her death. Isn't that true?
True.
And on the date of her death, she had a domicile and a fixed place of residence in Chambers County. Isn't that true?
True.
And to the best of your knowledge, she died testate and her will was signed on September 21st, 2015. Isn't that true?
True.
And I'm going to show you the document that we have offered as the will of Miss Ellis. Do you recognize this as the will of Miss Paula Orman Ellis?
I do.
And do you recognize this as her signature?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. And to the best of your knowledge, the will filed for probate was never revoked by Miss Ellis. Isn't that true?
True.
And there exists a necessity for the administration of this estate. Isn't that true?
True.
And no state, governmental agency of the state, nor charitable organization is named by the will as devisee. Isn't that true?
True.
And after the date of the will, no child was born to or adopted by Miss Ellis. Isn't that true?
True.
And no marriage of Miss Ellis was ever dissolved after the will was made. Isn't that true?
True.
And the will names you, Mr. Ellis, to serve as independent executor, to act independently. Isn't that true?
True.
And have you ever been convicted of a felony or declared incapacitated by a court?
No.
And are you otherwise disqualified from accepting letters testamentary?
No.
Thank you. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
No questions. I hereby admit the will to probate and authorize letters.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Last but not least, cause number 31, Mary Catherine Sanders. Good morning, Ms. Clapper. Max, how are you?
Fine, thank you, thank you.
You may proceed, ma'am.
Is your name Max Eugene Sanders?
Maxie Eugene Sanders.
And you're the husband of Mary Catherine Sanders?
Yes,
And she lived in Chambers County
yes.
all of your married life, almost,
Yes, all of her life. Mhm.
except for a jaunt over to San Antonio for a little bit,
That's right.
which you said. You have found a will that appears to be a copy of your wife's last will, and it was signed in 2015.
Yes,
You've done a diligent search after you determined that that was just a copy. Everywhere you've looked.
thorough.
All right, but you believe that this copy of the will is the last will that Bunny signed during her lifetime.
I do believe.
All right, and that's because there was a previous will earlier, and that it's different, and this one was signed later.
Yes,
All right, now you have 5 children,
Yes,
Gerald, Kenneth, Sherry, Kay, and Kara.
yes,
And all 5 of those have signed a waiver of service and appearance.
they have,
And you also. So everyone that's entitled to any service has already been served
they have,
for this will to be admitted by this court.
that's correct.
All right, now, I'm going to show you the will. And you are going to look at it and determine if you recognize that signature on June 29th of 2015.
I do.
And is that Mary Catherine Sanders
Yes, it is.
that we affectionately call Bunny?
Yes, it is.
All right, and you weren't there when this was signed, but she signed it in front of LaShiba Haskins, Melanie Aguilar, and the notary, Dela Cruz, correct?
That's correct.
All right. And this will has been, all right. She did not have any other children after 2015 or adopt any children than the 5 that are listed.
None other.
All right. And y'all didn't divorce or anything before her death.
Did not.
So she didn't have any other marriage.
No marriage.
All right. The will names you to be independent executor of the estate to serve without bond. There's no reason that you would be prohibited by law from acting and doing that for Bunny's estate.
No reason.
All right. It doesn't name a state, a governmental agency, or charitable organization in the will. You've read it. So you know that nobody is given anything that's one of those entities.
I have read it and I so know.
All right. Your Honor, we're asking that you admit the will to probate and appoint Max as independent executor without bond with letters testamentary.
Okay, so done, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do I still
Thank you.
have a huge lapse like in time?
No, you
when we
don't.
talk? Well, thank you. I've
No,
been canceling Windstream, so we'll see.
No, it sounds good.
Y'all
Max,
have-
take care.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good to see you. All right, court's adjourned.
Bye.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day.
You too.